You're simply the best. Better than all the rest.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. It's JPA here, and in today's video I'm going to be discussing our latest signing, a couple of players that have left the club, and I'm also going to give a quick review of the season that's just passed, tell what I think, and I'll go through the predictions that I made at the start of the season and see how I fared in that as well, and I'll just get straight into this video. So just to start off, I'll go through the couple of players that have left the club or will be leaving the club at the end of their contract, which I believe is at the end of this month. Andy Halliday is the first one. John Flanagan, Wes Fotheringham and Jordan Rossiter are all leaving at the end of their contracts. Quick word on Andy Halliday. I thought he was absolutely outstanding, not so much great player, but he had a really good desire to go and win things. I got to be honest, when he went away to Azerbaijan and that on loan, I thought that was kind of the end of his career at Rangers. But he did play quite a good part in the games that we beat Celtic. I can't remember exactly which one it was. I think it might have been the Ibrox one. He played left back and he played really well in that game. Good luck to Andy. I hope he does well. John Flanagan, for me, I wasn't really impressed with John Flanagan. I know a lot of people were, particularly in the European matches that he played with his heart on his sleeve, and he was tough in the tackle, but for me he was out of position quite a lot. I'm not going to miss Flanagan that much, if I'm really honest. He's obviously played his part, and that's now over. Wes Fotheringham, really good luck to him. I thought he was pretty much too good to be a number 2 goalkeeper. Is probably not good enough to be our number 1 at this stage, but he helped us get to the Scottish Cup final in 2016, obviously with that heroic display in the penalty shootout, and he did come back for an Old Firm game at the end of last season and played really well in that, and we managed to win that 2-0. So he did play a big part in where we are now, so thanks to Wes for that and good luck to him in the future. Jordan Rossiter is the last one I'm going to speak about. It just kind of didn't work out for him. I always thought he was a real good player, but I think injuries kind of got in the way of his career a bit. I know he has been fit for the last few months. He did well in his loan spells away from the club, but he's just unfortunately not quite what we're looking for, not quite good enough. So good luck to all those players. So I'll talk about a new signing now. It's not much of a mystery here. Hagi has signed for us on a permanent deal from Genk. It was believed to be near the 5 million mark, but we've actually put it down to 3 million, and that is being paid in instalments of $1 million a year, which is good. Bit of business in my opinion. A lot of people are slating us because we're doing it in instalments. Less than 90% of transfers go through this way. It's just when it's Rangers, it's always picked up on as a laughing matter for some reason. I don't know why that is. I think Celtic fans seem to think they've got one up on us when the details are leaked from our transfers, but it happens everywhere. It's not just Rangers that do instalments and that, so I wouldn't really worry about that. Just anyway, talk about the signing. Hagi, I thought, was a really good player. Particularly last season, he didn't really show as much in the last few games of the season because I just think we weren't playing well, and I don't think he was playing in the correct position. For me, the correct position is number 10, just behind the striker. He's got to play there, in my opinion. I know that we kind of play with 2 number 10s, which doesn't really work, in my opinion. For me, I'd have a front 3 of Aribo on the left. Now hear me out when I say that. Aribo isn't a left-sided player, but you've got to remember that wonder goal we scored against Braga. He was actually playing at left back at the time, due to an injury to Barisic. So I think he can come off the left hand side and do a job for us there. Ryan Kent, I think, could be a danger on the right hand side as well as the left, and they could interchange. I'd have Morelos through the middle and obviously Hagi just behind them. So that's my thoughts on Hagi. What do you guys think? I'm delighted with the signing, delighted with the fee we're paying for him. It's great to get a good young player who hopefully will become a mainstay in the team. Last thing I want to talk about is just this season. I want to kind of put it to bed now. That's the season officially over. We didn't quite play the 38 games, but that's for the SPFL to decide that. Not happy the way that happened, but anyway, that's it. The league's been decided. So I'll go through the predictions that I made from bottom to top. So we'll start from the bottom. I predicted at number 12 Livingston to go down. I thought they were certs to go down. They lost Craig Halkett to Hearts, who I thought was their main defender, and they lost the goals from Ryan Hardy, which I thought would be difficult to replace. They replaced that with Lyndon Dykes, and they also had a bit of bite in midfield through Marvin Bartley. So they kind of galvanised themselves and got themselves further up the table. It was actually Hearts that finished bottom of the table on 23 points. That was enough to see them relegated, despite the fact they were only 4 points behind and they still had 8 games to play. But we'll not talk about that. Next was Hamilton in 11th place. This is actually the only one I got right, believe it or not. Hamilton finished 11th, and that's kind of where I expected them to be. Number 9 and 10, I just got them the wrong way around. I predicted St Mirren in 9th. I predicted St Mirren in 10th and Ross County in 9th. Just swapped them a bit, and I was not too far away from that. Next was St Johnstone. That's where I predicted St Johnstone to be, was 8th place. It was actually Kilmarnock that finished in 8th place. Kilmarnock kind of surprised me. I thought they'd do a lot better under their Italian manager. Didn't quite work out, and they ended up sacking him, and they just didn't get enough points to finish in the top 6, which is very, very surprising considering the way they played the season previously. I know they had Steve Clark there, and he was a good manager for them, but I thought they would have done a lot bit better. 7th position I predicted Motherwell. It was actually Hibs. Hibs actually finished on 37 points, which was one more than St Johnstone finished. I really don't know how that works. We didn't play to the split or anything like that, so it's a bit strange how that happened. Hibs had a poor season, but they eventually turned it around with a new manager, Jack Ross. In 6th I had Hearts. I thought they wouldn't be as good as they were last year, but I thought they'd be there or thereabouts in the top 6. Obviously I was way wrong with that. Hearts had an absolute nightmare season and probably deserved to go down or at least finish bottom anyway. It was St Johnstone that finished 6th, and to be honest, if you had said that after the opening day of the season, I would never have believed you. They got absolutely annihilated from Celtic, ripped apart 7-0, and their defence was all over the place. I couldn't see St Johnstone doing anything, to be honest, but they've done well in the last few months of the season and managed to turn it around under Tommy Wright, so they did well to get there. Number 5, I predicted Kilmarnock. Obviously we've already talked about Kilmarnock, they didn't do well enough. It was actually Livingston that finished there. Obviously I've talked about Livingston. Lyndon Dykes played well for them, and he got them into the top 6, which is remarkable. In 4th position I had Hibs. I honestly expected them to kick on and have a real good season. They obviously didn't. It was actually Aberdeen that finished 4th. I had them nailed on for 3rd, if I'm honest, but they didn't quite manage it. So in 3rd position, obviously I just said I had Aberdeen in there. They didn't quite finish there. It was actually Motherwell. Motherwell had an incredible season. Motherwell in the bottom 6 of the table, and they managed to get up into 3rd and into Europe, which is absolutely sensational. I thought they would have struggled, given that they'd lost Hasty and they lost a couple of players in the summer, and they did remarkably well to get into 3rd. Positions 1 and 2 were obviously for me the controversial ones. I didn't think that was quite decided yet, but Celtic did actually win more points on average over the game, so I don't know, it's for you to decide whether that was worthy of them winning the title or no. I obviously predicted Celtic to finish 2nd and us to finish 1st. Got that a wee bit confused there, but overall I think Rangers had a reasonably good season, particularly in the first half. They just kind of ran out of steam in the second half of the season. Didn't pick up enough points from January till I think it was March, we closed down the league. So disappointing, we didn't win any cups. Obviously you can moan and groan about the fact that we lost in the cup final to a goal that was offside. The fact of the matter is we missed a penalty and we missed numerous chances to win that game. So we've really got ourselves to blame for that. And we're also knocked out of the Scottish Cup by a Hearts side who finished bottom and got relegated, which is, and really it tells its own story. So overall, a look at the season, it was okay. We got a really good European run. In fact, we're still in Europe at this point because we don't know what's happening with Europa yet. But yeah, we got a decent run in Europe. But again, domestically we weren't quite there. I don't want to be too negative about this, but I think Gerrard's has got to win at least one trophy next season and push as far as we can towards the league, or he's out of a job. It's as simple as that. This is what his third year now, and he's got to start winning trophies. That's what he's here for. Yeah, that's what he's getting paid for. He's here to win trophies for Rangers. We're one of the biggest clubs in the world, if not the best club in the world, when you look at our trophy haul overall. But in recent years we haven't won enough trophies, so it's his job to fix that, and if he doesn't, he'll find himself out of a job. And that's pretty much the video done, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Please put your comments down below and I'll see you in the next video, which is hopefully soon. Cheers.